So I assume you all know what happened to the Fine Brothers recently, and in case you don't, I have some links to some videos you need to watch first for you to understand what I'm about to talk about. And I'm going to talk about why what they did was a really big mistake. So I'll just wait for you to watch those. Okay, now that you've watched those, let's go over why this was such a huge mistake. Obviously, the people aren't liking it. It's got a lot of dislikes, and there's a lot of tension, we'll say, in the comment section. First off, the timing is just bad. When YouTubers are having so much problem with copyrighted material and having their videos taken down, even if it's fair use, for example, or a parody, it's not a good idea to suddenly announce that you're effectively trademarking an entire genre of videos. So obviously the timing is really bad. But also just trademarking React videos is definitely going to hurt their viewership. And it's not just because of the PR thing. I mean, we all know being kind of jerky about it is always a bad idea, and that's going to affect them. But let's pretend that for whatever reason, their PR remained okay. Their viewership is still going to hurt. Because when it comes to an idea of a video, competition is good. So let's take my videos. I'm not the only one who does animated maps, and if I was, that would be cool and all, but not as many people would notice it. If my channel was the only one doing it, not as many people would be aware of animated maps in the first place. When you have multiple channels doing it, you're more likely to see people come to your channel, and through there, since there's competition, you're going to see suggested videos from other map animators, and it's going to spread around. So the fact that there's so many channels like mine helps all of us. For another example, let's take Let's Players. If there was only one Let's Player, it probably wouldn't be as popular. Yet, there's tons of them, so many people know what a Let's Player is, what they do, and are probably subscribed to one. If PewDiePie, say, would have been the only Let's Player on YouTube, I probably wouldn't have gotten into Let's Plays, because I just didn't like PewDiePie the first time I saw him. But then, they suggested to me Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and other YouTubers like that, and I liked them a lot better, and so I'm subscribed to a lot of Let's Players now. Exposure is what's really important here. And it's not like if I switch over to, say, Jacksepticeye and Markiplier instead of PewDiePie, it's not like PewDiePie is going to be in trouble. Obviously, PewDiePie is doing just fine without my viewership. So the competition helps, so that way multiple people can find whatever suits them best, and possibly subscribe to all of them even. It really is beneficial for everyone. And if the Fine Brothers are worried about that some other channel is going to do their format of React videos and somehow overtake them, and therefore, our idea was stolen, and so we're going to lose a lot of money, viewership. Well, if their videos are really that good, then they shouldn't have anything to worry about. Think about it. If you have two different channels that offer something and they're both really good, why would you just automatically pick one over the other like that and just assume the other one's going to shrivel up and die? Yes, there are people who do that, but do you see McDonald's all of a sudden going out of business because of Burger King and Wendy's? No, they're still there. And many people like all three, myself included. For another example, the Beatles didn't exactly quake in their boots when they had other bands such as the Rolling Stones and the Who all of a sudden growing long hair, making rock music popular with teenagers, and making concept albums. Even if there were several similarities, it really didn't matter. They each had something to offer. And with that, all three of them grew in popularity. Obviously, the Beatles didn't suddenly fade away as the Rolling Stones came in, or vice versa, or anything like that. All three bands are still well listened to today. And it's all because they helped each other to make their type of music really popular and their legacy stronger. So while their biggest mistake is arguably the PR thing, and that a lot of people are not going to like what the Fine Brothers are doing, and as you can see by this, it's having a huge negative reaction. If you really think about it, in the end, they're only screwing themselves over because they're also going to affect their viewership now. Monopoly is always a bad idea, especially when it is not a product or an invention, but it's a format or an idea. But anyway, those are just my 2 cents. Thank you for watching.